Living in the present moment is a fundamental practice rooted in the teachings of Stoicism, emphasizing the importance of mindfulness, awareness, and acceptance of the here and now. In a world filled with distractions, worries about the future, and regrets about the past, living in the present moment offers individuals a pathway to inner peace, clarity, and contentment by anchoring themselves in the present moment, cultivating a sense of gratitude, and embracing the impermanence of life. At the core of living in the present moment is the practice of mindfulness, which involves paying attention to one's thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. By cultivating a state of mindful awareness, individuals can observe their inner experiences as they arise, acknowledging them with acceptance and compassion. This practice of mindfulness enables individuals to break free from the grip of rumination, anxiety, and stress, fostering a sense of calm, presence, and clarity in their daily lives. Furthermore, living in the present moment encourages individuals to let go of attachments to the past and worries about the future, focusing instead on the richness and beauty of the present moment. By anchoring themselves in the here and now, individuals can fully engage with their experiences, relationships, and surroundings, savoring the simple joys and wonders of life. This practice of presence and engagement fosters a deep sense of connection, gratitude, and aliveness, enabling individuals to experience life more fully and authentically. Moreover, Stoic philosophy offers valuable insights into the virtues of living in the present moment, emphasizing the importance of embracing the impermanence of life and focusing on what is within one's control. By recognizing the fleeting nature of external things and the inevitability of change, individuals can cultivate a sense of acceptance, resilience, and equanimity in the face of life's uncertainties. This practice of embracing impermanence and focusing on the present moment enables individuals to live with a sense of freedom, authenticity, and peace, unburdened by regrets about the past or anxieties about the future. In essence, living in the present moment is a transformative practice that empowers individuals to cultivate mindfulness, gratitude, and acceptance in their daily lives. By anchoring themselves in the here and now, individuals can experience a deeper sense of peace, presence, and fulfillment, embodying the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy in their approach to living authentically and fully in each moment. Stay tuned for the continuation of this exploration into living in the present moment. Living in the present moment involves cultivating a mindset of acceptance and gratitude, embracing each moment as it unfolds without resistance or judgment. By letting go of attachment to the past and worries about the future, individuals can immerse themselves fully in the present, appreciating the beauty, simplicity, and richness of each moment. This practice of presence and gratitude enables individuals to experience life more deeply, authentically, and meaningfully, fostering a sense of connection, aliveness, and contentment in their daily experiences. Furthermore, living in the present moment encourages individuals to approach challenges and setbacks with a sense of resilience and equanimity. By focusing on what is within their control and responding mindfully to circumstances as they arise, individuals can navigate difficulties with grace, composure, and inner strength. This practice of presence and resilience empowers individuals to face adversity with courage, acceptance, and wisdom, fostering a sense of inner peace and fortitude in the midst of life's uncertainties. Moreover, Stoic philosophy teaches individuals to embrace the concept of memento mori, the awareness of their mortality, as a reminder to live fully and authentically in the present moment. By recognizing the impermanence of life and the inevitability of death, individuals can cultivate a sense of urgency, purpose, and gratitude for each moment they are given. This practice of embracing mortality and living in the present moment enables individuals to savor the richness and beauty of life, fostering a deep sense of appreciation, vitality, and presence in their daily experiences. Living in the present moment is a transformative practice that empowers individuals to cultivate mindfulness, acceptance, and gratitude in their daily lives. By anchoring themselves in the here and now, individuals can experience a deeper sense of peace, presence, and fulfillment, embodying the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy in their approach to living authentically and fully in each moment. Embrace the present moment with openness, gratitude, and mindfulness, for it is in the now that true peace and contentment reside. Living in the present moment, often referred to as mindfulness, is a practice that encourages us to fully engage with the here and now, rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. In today's fast-paced and distraction-filled world, it can be challenging to stay grounded in the present, as our minds are constantly pulled in multiple directions. Whether it's the responsibilities of work, the constant flow of information from digital devices, or the pressures to achieve more, modern life often keeps us focused on what's next rather than what's right in front of us. However, living in the present moment offers a powerful antidote to this fragmented way of being, allowing us to experience life more fully, with greater clarity, peace, and joy. At its core, living in the present moment is about awareness of our thoughts, feelings, and surroundings without becoming attached to them or letting them control us. It's about noticing the sensations of life as they unfold, whether that's the warmth of the sun on our skin, the sound of birds chirping, or the taste of a meal. When we live in the present, we allow ourselves to truly experience what is happening, rather than rushing through life on autopilot or getting lost in thoughts about the past or future. One of the most significant benefits of living in the present moment is the way it reduces stress and anxiety. Much of our stress comes from worrying about things that haven't happened yet or ruminating over things that have already occurred. We might replay conversations in our heads, regret past decisions, or feel anxious about upcoming events. However, when we focus on the present, we can let go of these unproductive thoughts and instead anchor ourselves in the here and now, where most of our worries don't exist. By paying attention to the present, we realize that, in this moment, we are safe, we are breathing, and we are okay. This awareness can help calm the mind and reduce the mental chatter that often leads to anxiety. Living in the present moment also allows us to cultivate joy. Many of life's most beautiful moments are fleeting, whether it's the laughter of a loved one, the serenity of a sunset, or the simple pleasure of a quiet afternoon. However, when we're caught up in our thoughts or distracted by our to-do lists, we often miss these moments entirely. By being present, we open ourselves up to the joy that exists in the small, everyday experiences that make life rich and meaningful. We learn to find happiness not in some distant future when we've achieved all our goals, but in the here and now, in the simple act of being alive. Moreover, living in the present moment can significantly improve our relationships. When we are fully present with the people around us, we can truly listen to them, appreciate their presence, and engage with them in a deeper, more meaningful way. So often, our minds are elsewhere during conversations, thinking about what we're going to say next, checking our phones, or mentally running through our tasks for the day. This lack of presence can create a sense of disconnection and prevent us from forming authentic, meaningful connections with others. However, when we practice mindfulness in our relationships, we offer our full attention and presence, which fosters understanding, empathy, and intimacy. Being present with others is one of the greatest gifts we can give, as it shows that we value their presence and see them as more than just another task on our list. In addition to enhancing our relationships, living in the present moment also helps us to become more in tune with ourselves. When we're constantly focused on external goals, achievements, or distractions, it's easy to lose sight of our inner selves, our thoughts, emotions, and needs. Mindfulness encourages us to check in with ourselves regularly, to notice how we're feeling, and to take care of our mental and emotional well-being. This self-awareness allows us to respond to our needs in a compassionate way, whether that means taking a break when we're feeling overwhelmed, expressing our emotions when we're feeling upset, or simply giving ourselves permission to rest when we're tired. By being present with ourselves, we can cultivate a deeper sense of self-awareness and self-care, which is essential for our overall well-being. Another important aspect of living in the present moment is learning to accept things as they are. So much of our suffering comes from resisting reality, wishing that things were different, or that we could control outcomes that are beyond our control. However, when we live in the present, we learn to accept life as it unfolds, without trying to change or manipulate it. This doesn't mean that we become passive or complacent, but rather that we learn to let go of the need to control everything and instead trust that we can handle whatever comes our way. One of the challenges of living in the present moment is that it requires practice. Our minds have a natural tendency to wander, to dwell on the past or to anticipate the future. It's easy to get caught up in thoughts about what we need to do tomorrow, or regrets about what we didn't do yesterday. However, mindfulness is a skill that can be cultivated through practice, just like any other skill. Mindfulness techniques, such as meditation, breathing exercises, or simply paying attention to the sensations in our bodies, can help train our minds to stay focused on the present. Over time, with consistent practice, we can learn to bring ourselves back to the present moment more easily, even in the midst of distractions or stress. Living in the present moment also teaches us the value of letting go. So often, we carry around the weight of past mistakes, grudges, or disappointments, allowing them to cloud our present experience. However, mindfulness encourages us to let go of these burdens and to approach each moment with a sense of openness and curiosity. By letting go of the past, we free ourselves from the emotional baggage that keeps us stuck, allowing us to approach life with a fresh perspective. This doesn't mean that we forget the lessons of the past, but rather that we stop letting them define us or hold us back. Similarly, by letting go of our attachment to future outcomes, we can reduce anxiety and find peace in the present. Ultimately, living in the present moment is about freedom from the distractions, worries, and pressures that keep us from fully engaging with life. It's about reclaiming our attention and directing it to the things that truly matter. In a world that often glorifies multitasking and constant productivity, mindfulness invites us to slow down and savor the richness of each moment. It reminds us that life is happening right now, and that the present moment is the only moment we truly have. By living in the present, we can experience life more fully, with greater joy, peace, and fulfillment. One of the most profound aspects of living in the present moment is how it allows us to dissolve the illusion of time. Much of our mental energy is spent either regretting the past or anticipating the future, creating a sense of time pressure that keeps us from truly experiencing the present. The human mind has a natural tendency to dwell on what has already happened or to worry about what might come next, which can lead to feelings of anxiety, stress, or even depression. However, when we focus on the now, we begin to realize that the past and future are just constructs of the mind, they only exist in our thoughts. The present, on the other hand, is real and tangible. By anchoring ourselves in the here and now, we can break free from the mental chains that time often imposes on us, allowing us to live more freely and fully. This shift in perception brings about a sense of inner calm and clarity. When we are not preoccupied with the past or future, our minds become quieter, more focused, and more attuned to the nuances of the present experience. We gain a clearer understanding of our thoughts and emotions because we are no longer distracted by external concerns. This clarity can be transformative, as it allows us to see things as they truly are, rather than through the lens of past experiences or future expectations. With this heightened awareness, we are better equipped to make thoughtful, intentional decisions, rather than reacting impulsively or out of habit. In this way, mindfulness not only enhances our experience of the present but also helps us navigate life with greater wisdom and understanding. Living in the present moment also deepens our connection to our bodies. In modern society, many of us are disconnected from our physical selves, either because we are constantly on the go or because we are overly focused on our mental activities. However, our bodies are always in the present. They are the vessels through which we experience the world. By paying attention to our physical sensations, such as the rhythm of our breath, the tension in our muscles, or the beating of our hearts, we can ground ourselves in the present moment and tune into the needs of our bodies. This awareness can lead to better self-care, as we become more attuned to signals of hunger, fatigue, or stress and can respond to them in compassionate and healthy ways. Moreover, being present in our bodies allows us to experience life more vividly, whether it's the pleasure of a warm bath, the satisfaction of a good meal, or the exhilaration of physical activity. Another key benefit of living in the present moment is that it allows us to embrace impermanence. Life is constantly changing, and nothing remains the same from one moment to the next. This impermanence can be a source of anxiety for many people, as we often cling to things, people, or circumstances, hoping they will stay the way they are. However, when we live mindfully, we learn to accept the natural flow. Living in the present moment can also unlock greater creativity and spontaneity. When we are fully engaged with the present, we are more open to new ideas, experiences, and ways of thinking. Our minds are not bogged down by preconceived notions or rigid plans, which allows us to think more freely and creatively. This openness to the present can lead to moments of inspiration or innovation, as we are more likely to notice opportunities or connections that we might otherwise overlook. In addition, living in the present encourages us to embrace spontaneity, as we become more willing to deviate from our plans and go with the flow of life. This sense of spontaneity can bring a sense of adventure and playfulness into our lives, making each moment feel fresh and full of potential. Another powerful aspect of living in the present moment is that it can transform our relationship with pain and discomfort. Whether it's physical pain or emotional suffering, our instinct is often to avoid or resist discomfort. We may try to distract ourselves, numb the pain, or wish it away, which can actually intensify our suffering. However, mindfulness teaches us to approach discomfort with a sense of curiosity and acceptance, rather than resistance. By staying present with our pain, whether it's the ache of a sore muscle or the heaviness of grief, we can observe it without judgment and allow it to move through us. This approach doesn't necessarily make the pain go away, but it can reduce the additional suffering that comes from resisting or fearing the discomfort. In this way, mindfulness offers a more compassionate and effective way to cope with life's inevitable challenges. Living in the present moment also encourages us to simplify our lives. When we are fully engaged with the present, we are less likely to be caught up in the endless pursuit of more possessions, more achievements, more distractions. We begin to see that many of the things we chase after are not essential to our happiness or well-being. This realization allows us to let go of the unnecessary clutter, both physical and mental, that weighs us down. By simplifying our lives, we create more space for the things that truly matter, whether that's spending quality time with loved ones, engaging in meaningful work, or simply enjoying the beauty of the moment. This simplicity brings a sense of freedom, as we are no longer bound by the constant drive to accumulate or achieve more. Moreover, living in the present moment fosters a sense of gratitude for the life we have right now. So often, we focus on what we lack or what we want to change, which creates a sense of dissatisfaction and restlessness. However, mindfulness encourages us to pause and appreciate the abundance that already exists in our lives. Whether it's the warmth of the sun on our skin, the sound of laughter, or the comfort of a cozy home, there is always something to be grateful for in the present moment. Living in the present moment also teaches us the importance of self-compassion. So often, we are our own harshest critics, constantly judging ourselves for past mistakes or perceived shortcomings. This self-criticism can create a cycle of guilt, shame, or frustration, which pulls us further away from the peace that comes with mindfulness. However, when we practice being present, we learn to approach ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer to a friend. By staying grounded in the now, we can let go of the harsh judgments of the past and stop worrying about future failures. Instead, we focus on doing our best in this moment, recognizing that we are human and imperfect, and that's okay. This practice of self-compassion allows us to heal emotionally and fosters a healthier, more loving relationship with ourselves. Another significant aspect of living in the present moment is how it enhances our ability to focus and be productive. Many people believe that multitasking is the best way to accomplish more in less time, but research has shown that dividing our attention between multiple tasks actually reduces overall productivity and increases stress. When we live in the present, we embrace the power of focusing on one thing at a time. This single-tasking approach allows us to give our full attention to the task at hand, which often leads to higher quality work and a greater sense of accomplishment. Moreover, by being fully engaged in what we're doing, we are less likely to feel overwhelmed or scattered, which can help us maintain a more sustainable pace and avoid burnout. Mindfulness also allows us to experience life more deeply. When we rush through life, distracted by our thoughts or external stimuli, we often miss the richness of the experiences unfolding around us. Living in the present moment helps us slow down and truly savor life's pleasures, whether it's the taste of a meal, the sound of music, or the company of a loved one. This depth of experience brings a greater sense of fulfillment and joy to our lives, as we become more attuned to the beauty and wonder in everyday moments. In this way, mindfulness helps us transform even the most ordinary tasks, such as washing dishes or walking to work, into opportunities for presence and appreciation. When we are fully present, life becomes more vibrant and meaningful, as we are no longer rushing through it but fully experiencing it. Additionally, living in the present moment can significantly improve our emotional regulation. Many of us react to situations out of habit or impulse, often without fully understanding why we are responding the way we are. However, mindfulness encourages us to pause and observe our emotions as they arise, without immediately reacting to them. This pause gives us the opportunity to explore our emotional responses with curiosity rather than judgment, which can help us understand the root cause of our feelings. With this awareness, we can choose more thoughtful and constructive responses, rather than being controlled by our emotions. This ability to regulate our emotions is crucial for maintaining healthy relationships and a balanced sense of well-being, as it allows us to navigate challenging situations with greater calm and clarity. Living in the present moment also encourages us to let go of perfectionism. Many people struggle with the desire to do everything perfectly, whether it's in their career, relationships, or personal goals. This perfectionism can create a constant sense of pressure and dissatisfaction, as we are always striving for an unattainable ideal. However, mindfulness teaches us that life is inherently imperfect, and that's okay. When we are present, we can appreciate the beauty in the imperfections of life, the small mistakes, the unexpected outcomes, the moments of vulnerability. This acceptance of imperfection allows us to release the unrealistic standards we set for ourselves and others, freeing us to live with greater ease, creativity, and authenticity. Another key benefit of living in the present moment is that it fosters a deeper sense of connection to the world around us. When we are fully present, we become more aware of the interconnectedness of all things, the people we interact with, the environment we inhabit, and the larger systems that shape our lives. This awareness can lead to a greater sense of empathy and compassion, as we recognize that we are all part of a larger whole. Whether it's being more mindful of how our actions impact others, practicing kindness in our daily interactions, or taking steps to live more sustainably, mindfulness helps us cultivate a greater sense of responsibility for the world we live in. By staying present, we can act with greater intention and integrity, making choices that reflect our values and contribute to the well-being of others and the planet. Mindfulness also encourages us to embrace uncertainty. Many of us spend a great deal of time trying to predict or control the future, which can lead to anxiety or frustration when things don't go as planned. However, living in the present moment teaches us that uncertainty is a natural part of life, and that trying to control everything is both exhausting and futile. By staying grounded in the now, we learn to trust in our ability to handle whatever comes our way, rather than fearing the unknown. This trust in ourselves and in the flow of life allows us to move through uncertainty with greater confidence and peace, knowing that we don't have to have all the answers. Instead of worrying about what might happen, we can focus on what is happening, responding to life's challenges as they arise without being consumed by fear or doubt. Another powerful aspect of living in the present moment is how it helps us cultivate patience. In a world that often prioritizes speed and instant gratification, it can be difficult to remain patient when things don't happen as quickly as we'd like. However, mindfulness teaches us to slow down and trust in the natural timing of life. By staying present, we can appreciate the process of growth and change, rather than rushing toward the outcome. This patience allows us to approach life with greater calm and resilience, as we stop trying to force things to happen and instead allow them to unfold in their own time. Whether it's waiting for a career opportunity, a personal goal, or a relationship to develop, mindfulness helps us understand that everything has its own rhythm, and that there is value in the journey, not just the destination. Finally, living in the present moment encourages us to let go of the need for external validation. So much of our lives are spent seeking approval from others, whether it's through social media, career achievements, or material success. However, mindfulness teaches us that true contentment comes from within, not from external sources. When we are fully present, we are more in tune with our own values, desires, and sense of self-worth, which allows us to live in alignment with our true nature. This inner sense of validation frees us from the constant need for praise or recognition from others, as we learn to trust in our own worth and abilities. By living in the present, we can cultivate a deeper sense of self-confidence and authenticity, knowing that we are enough just as we are, without needing to prove ourselves to anyone else. In essence, living in the present moment offers a path to greater peace, fulfillment, and connection. It teaches us to slow down, let go of the distractions and pressures of modern life, and fully engage with the richness of the now. Through mindfulness, we can cultivate a deeper sense of self-awareness, emotional balance, and compassion, allowing us to live more authentically and with greater intention. By embracing the present moment, we open ourselves up to the beauty, joy, and meaning that exists in every experience, no matter how small or fleeting. Living in the present moment also enhances our ability to forgive and move on from past hurts. Many of us carry emotional baggage from previous experiences, whether it's a painful memory, a mistake we regret, or a grudge against someone who wronged us. These lingering emotions can weigh us down, preventing us from fully engaging with the present. When we hold on to resentment or guilt, we are essentially living in the past, allowing old wounds to dictate how we feel and act in the current moment. Mindfulness encourages us to release these burdens by accepting that the past is unchangeable and that clinging to it only causes further suffering. By focusing on the present, we can begin the process of forgiveness, not just for others, but for ourselves. This doesn't mean condoning hurtful actions or forgetting what happened, but rather choosing to let go of the emotional hold those events have over us. In doing so, we free ourselves from the prison of past pain and open up space for healing and growth. Another significant aspect of living in the present moment is that it helps us cultivate equanimity, or a balanced, calm state of mind in the face of life's ups and downs. Life is full of unexpected challenges, and it's easy to become reactive, feeling elated when things go well and despondent when they don't. However, mindfulness teaches us to approach life with a sense of even-mindedness, where we are neither overly attached to positive experiences nor overly averse to negative ones. This doesn't mean becoming indifferent or emotionless, rather, it's about developing the inner strength to weather life's changes without being thrown off balance. When we are present, we can observe our emotions as they arise, without getting swept away by them. This sense of equanimity allows us to navigate difficult situations with greater poise and resilience, knowing that everything, both good and bad, is temporary. Living in the present moment also encourages us to engage more fully with the natural world. In our modern, technology-driven lives, it's easy to become disconnected from nature. We spend much of our time indoors, glued to screens, and rushing from one task to the next, often without noticing the beauty of the natural world around us. However, mindfulness invites us to slow down and reconnect with nature, whether it's by taking a walk in the park, listening to the sound of birds, or simply breathing in the fresh air. Being present in nature helps us cultivate a sense of peace and awe, reminding us of the interconnectedness of all living things. This connection to nature can be deeply nourishing, as it allows us to step outside of the busyness of daily life and ground ourselves in something larger than ourselves. By regularly immersing ourselves in nature, we can reduce stress, improve our mood, and gain a renewed appreciation for the world around us.